Howdy there. I'm here to talk about Due Date. An enjoyable film. I'm going to give it a 7. I am a big fan of the two main stars, Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. I've been a big fan of Robert Downey Jr. probably since Two Girls and a Guy. I mean, maybe even since, like, Weird Science. At least I knew him. I couldn't say that I was a big fan of him, but at least I remember him from Weird Science. So that says something. And, I mean, I officially, thought he was an awesome actor when I saw him in Two Girls and a Guy. If you've never seen that, check it out. And Zach Galifianakis is hilarious. I think he's only had one stand-up album / DVD. But I thought he was a brilliant stand-up comedian. He's a very good actor. He's a different actor. He plays different kinds of characters. So he's always doing something strange and usually intense. And I enjoy that. Plus, he's super funny. Hilarious, even. It's... Let's see if it was written. Co-written by Todd Phillips and directed by Todd Phillips, who did Old School, The Hangover. What else did he do? Anyway, those are his two big ones. And this is not as good as either of those. But it, it's funny. My problem with it, and the reason I'm not giving it higher than a 7, is I thought it was awfully uneven. If there's one genre of movie I love, it's the buddy comedy. Two people who will become best friends doing something, namely driving across the country. You can't help but mention Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. At times, it felt like a ripoff of said film. Even I thought the score was taken from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I thought that was kind of funny, and I mean, I thought at first it was just an allusion to Planes, Trains, but I don't know. I thought the coincidence was too strong. I thought it was uneven. The first 20 minutes, very funny, went by very fast. The next 20, drug. It's just uneven. And one thing that just got my goat is I don't like the seriousness. It went from funny, broad comedy to not serious, dramatic mood and tension, but there would be severely bad things happen to them. And I didn't find it believable, and I thought that they should have focused less on action scenes, chase scenes, and more on character development. Because when there is some character development, when there is some character interaction, it's very good and funny. And that's when the film is strong. But when it is breaking Robert Downey Jr. out of jail and flipping cars and, possibly killing people, I didn't buy it, I guess they kind of mock it because there's one scene where they just do outlandish things. Property damage, they should be dead, other people should be dead, and they're like, wow, how many laws did we just break? And then that's it, the movie continues. Where if there were anything connected to real life, which is what I thought they were going for here, they'd be fucked, That's what I didn't. Namely, when they get into a huge car accident, they drive through a construction zone, they drive up a ramp, truck ramp, and go over a bridge and smash down upside down into oncoming traffic. something that would most likely kill people and put them in jail and have them pay who knows how much in property damage fees. You know, they just drive off. They get another car and drive off. Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't want there to be action without consequences. So, and they seem to ignore the consequences at pretty much every turn here. But it is very funny. I mean, here I am talking about a, you know, comedy, which should be funny. I just wish that it seemed with Hangover and with Old School, at least it was grounded in the real world. In fact, I you know, can't think of really too many outlandish things, unbelievable things that happen in those films. But here it's like all the time. The acting is very good. Again, the movie is very funny. I laughed throughout, mostly. Again, there were some moments that I thought it drug. Lots of good cameos, as there should be in a comedy. Let's see, well, the cast of 2.5 Men is in it. Who else? Kenny Powers. God, his name slips my mind. But Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down, he's in it. What is his name? Anyway, Jamie Foxx for some reason. So, again, enjoyable. I laughed a lot. I had fun, but at times it took itself too seriously and really escaped anything that grounded itself in the real world. I didn't appreciate that so much. But still, very enjoyable. So that's why I'm giving it a 7. I am recommending it. I think you would have a fun time watching this movie. It's just not a great movie. And it's not Todd Phillips' best movie. So, there you go. I think that's fair. So there's Due Date. Definitely rent it. You know, you'll have a fun time. Thanks.